All right, and away we go. Hello, everybody. Good Sunday evening for those of you on the West Coast. Oh, that's loud. What do we got going on? I'm going to have to turn that down a little bit. Okay. I'll be right back, actually. I got to turn off the pinball machine outside. All right, let's get started. Rasto215 has asked, have I recovered from San Diego Comic-Con? I have indeed. The show's been over but this is the first weekend after San Diego, so the whole week was tough because you're coming right off of working through the weekend, essentially. And then not everyone from the office or Warner Brothers was at the con, so there's a lot of, it's business as usual for everyone. And so there's just a lot going on, so it's hard to kind of get semi-caught back up. And so this weekend I went to a friend's wedding in Las Vegas, so that was kind of fun. And now I'm back streaming in the evening. I didn't want to lose another weekend. Last weekend I was at San Diego Comic-Con, obviously. All right. Let's see what we should draw. You know what? I'm going to start with One Punch Man. I'm just going to do something different here. Yeah. All right. I think I found some good reference. Just start out doing something quick. Although now, this one has all sorts of things, questions this raises. For instance, how stylized do I, this is it's very stylized art. I guess all art is stylized, so I'm saying it. Obviously, it's anime slash, it's manga slash anime. I'm looking at a cell from the anime, and it's deceptively simple. It's kind of a round shape, not a lot of. It's very simple. So, the question is, how much of that simplicity do I keep in there? How much do I kind of like westernize or make into more mainstream U.S. art? So, let me think. But he is also One Punch Man, so I feel like I really have to emphasize. Okay. I was going to do this angle. I'm going to do the reverse because this angle looks like a cover to All-Star Batman and Robin that I did. So I'm going to do the reverse of that. Let me make sure it's in screen here. I'll get to the thank yous, or not thank yous, acknowledgments. I know you guys are in stream chatting. But I did want to say, have recovered from San Diego Comic-Con, going to Vegas. That first night, Friday night, was not as... It took a night to kind of get into it. I'd say the first night was just a little trickier. by the second night, it was a lot easier. And saw my orthopedic doctor, right? Orthopedic. Wednesday. Had torn labral muscles on my shoulder. But what was really messing me up was I developed frozen shoulder because I was trying not to use my shoulder much. And so frozen shoulders, I think I had maybe 20% use of my right arm. So they injected cortisone into that shoulder, and now I feel like I use about 80% of it. The pain's still there, and there are times when it like literally feels just like a deep Charlie horse that's in my shoulder constantly. But that's better than not being able to raise my arm. I can raise it kind of here, but so before it was like here, now it's to here. That movement is tough. And you don't notice like how often you favor one kind of position when you're taking a photo. So when I meet with fans, they're typically for whatever reason to my right, and I can't really put my arm around them, so I have to retrain myself. Yeah, so I need physical therapy, that's right. So I'm going to start going twice a week. Fun stuff. Yeah, so it was an eventful San Diego Comic-Con. As always, we talked about DC Universe. We kind of rolled out that service. And you know what? I don't even know why I have all this. It's like I'm almost drawing this as if it were a cover. I've got like all this space up here. And I don't like how this fist kind of got too close to the edge here. So let's just move everything up a little bit. But people are like, your San Diego schedule, like, you're only there for like a day of real work. Because I had a bunch of sort of public-facing things on Thursday. Friday, I had one signing, I think. But Friday afternoon from, I think after the signing, like 12 to 6, I just did press. I did interviews all day. And then Saturday was the Hall H stuff, where we debuted a little footage from Wonder Woman, and then the Aquaman trailer and the Shazam trailer, which all three actually went over extremely well. So that was kind of exciting to see the fan reaction. So a lot of big news this San Diego. I think we had this cool boat yacht experience on I think Friday morning to promote Heroes in Crisis, the new project by Tom King and Clay Mann. So it was my 32nd Comic-Con in a row, and probably, I'm going to say it was the most eventful one yet, between all the excitement, all the things that we announced. The activation, I don't know if any of you guys got to go to that activation that was at the gas lamp across from the Omni Hotel at the Hilton gas lamp. I think every morning they had like 300 or so people lined up around the corner waiting to get in. I'm going to conk this shoulder further back behind him. And that way I can move this fist in here. If you notice, I will draw the fist first to get that in the correct placement. Oh crap, what happened? What's going on? Great. How long did that go? just when I was getting into the mode. Yeah, so that was demo mode. For my new setup to work, I have to turn the camera on and it has to record. Otherwise, if it's not in record mode, it defaults to standby. So I turned it on, clicked record, but it actually just put the camera into standby, so I have to hit it twice. So it's been 2 weeks. I'm just surprised that was like the only thing that had to get fixed. Anyway, so what I do is I draw the fist first, and then I can make the rest of the body work towards getting to that fist, right? Where the shoulder, bicep, forearm go. And that will work 100% of the time because the fist can go really anywhere. The only time it doesn't work is if you put the fist way, way, way up there. Or somewhere like, so if it's super high up, unless you're a character that can stretch, that's not going to work. So as long as it's relatively within this space, I can kind of put that fist anywhere I want. And that's important because where that fist is in relationship to the head is what that composition's all about. And then, so I don't work from the shoulder, bicep, forearm, and then the fist just happens to be where it is. It's not an accident. I say that's where the fist is going to be, and then make everything else kind of bend to that. Okay. A supernova. I have to turn the camera on and it has to record. Yeah. What's wrong with that quote? I have to turn the camera on so the power is on, and then I have to hit the record button. And if you do that, I'd have to delete all the files on it, which I did. So every session actually gets video recorded, and then I just delete it. And if it's recording, it will just continue to record and not go into standby mode for the entirety of its storage space until you max out the storage space, if that makes sense. So what I'm saying here, composition trumps, it trumps, I don't know what it trumps. All I'm saying is put the fist where you want it to, and then everything else, you can make it work or you fake it. And in fact, I think when I did this pose with Batman, I think I just put the fist somewhere and I don't even show the rest of the arm. I don't know how I got away with it. I think if you put it, like for instance, if you put it like right here, like it's the fist is right here, like you wouldn't have to draw anything else. Okay. I actually just have moved it even further up and changed the tilt of it, so it looks like it's, instead of a fist, it's like he's tilted it so it's going to smack right at you as opposed to having it like that. Okay. It feels a little more directed. It's a subtlety, I guess. Gotta be careful. So it's more like this. I'm gonna just pound you with this fit motion versus I'm gonna swing towards you with this motion, right? Okay. All right. I sent out a bunch of sketches, art to people. I hope they got them. Nova Primex, I still haven't mailed this out. I just realized it's right here on the floor. I mean, in my special area where I store art before it gets mailed out to you guys. All right, so I've started the drawing. People on YouTube go, drawing starts at 11 minutes, whatever. It's like rambling on too early. And so I thought I would start with some drawing now to acknowledge what's going on. What do we have going on in stream here? We got, I see Ren Elephant, so we have one of our mods here. And there we go. For those of you who want to know more about Ren, this is all telling. I see we got Kanger Banger, KB Bradshaw, Nova Primex, obviously. Poop Kid, we got the wonderful Poop Kid. I don't know, do we have any other mods? Is Crispy here or Kurihiko? They might not, obviously. This is an 8 p.m. stream. And we all know that Crispy has a very tight schedule of important Crispy activities that he needs to to do. Hey, Jeremy L. Joe. Superhero Swimmer Art. Ren is probably regretting at this moment that he shared with you all that he likes to shower a lot, because I'm pretty sure that's all people say when they meet him. Wow, you are very clean. Rick Kurt, hey, how are you? All right, let's go and acknowledge some people here. Angry Panda 888 has cheered. Thank you. Longtime supporter Jedi B3111 has resubscribed for 11 months. 11 months is now the new leading amount of time that you could have subbed to this channel. Luke and Pub as well. Bamfart has resubscribed for 9 months. Lee Shank has subscribed as well. People waiting to subscribe until I got to to acknowledgments, I guess. Tony Kenobi has subscribed using Prime. If you are a Amazon Prime member, you are given a complimentary Twitch account membership. You can join whatever you want. It's pretty cool. And let's see. It looks like it's a glove. So I had a chance to meet Mr. Murata-san. Actually, that's probably... I don't know what the phrase is. I just said Mr. Murata-san. So I met Murata-san. I think there's a way of saying in Japanese that's even more respectful. That, gosh, it's like if you're the master of drawing. Murata-kan? Sama? I'll just say in English. So I got a chance to meet the great, legendary Mr. Murata at a Comic-Con in Tokyo, where I found out he was a fan of American comics, particularly Batman. So we did a panel together, and then we did the thing where I drew Batman, he drew Batman too, but I don't think I drew One Punch Man, so I don't know what... Sensei, that's right. Murata Sensei, that's it. Thank you very much. Person with very bright crimson Haro 1207. SM Carti 313 has resubbed as well. I am taking care of the shoulder. The fact that this cortisone shot works so well has given me hope that I can eventually get it back to feeling somewhat normal. I was starting to get kind of depressed that everything was just going to fall apart. Poop27 has resubscribed. Track stand all day. Track stand all day. Has cheered as well. Thank you very much for your generosity. The comic source as well. Appreciate the cheer. Mike Fury has subbed as well. Hopefully I don't miss all these. Alley Cat Comics. Sorry. All right, Alley Cat Comics has subbed as well. Bamfart has resubscribed. Thank you very much. Superhero Swimmer Art has cheered. Charlie Horse Shoulder hopefully gets better by December for the torpedo signing. Oh yeah, I'll be fine. I mean, I can draw and I can sign. Tony Kenobi has subbed. Giovanni Sanguili has cheered very generously. Thank you very much, Giovanni. Much appreciated as always. The family is doing great. You're tired. Yes, I think you're on the East Coast. Thomas Wayne Batman. I hadn't really thought about it, other than what I'm just trying to start off with. Joshua 34 has resubbed. PMQ 182 as well, and PMQ 182 has cheered. Guess you like the Jim Lee collection with GameStop and ThinkGeek. Yeah, actually, that was another bit of news. We announced that there was a Hush movie adaptation, and we announced this interesting collab with GameStop, and they're doing a mini Funko Pop figure that's looks just like Batman, but he's got his hand up on his thigh, which is obviously the second It's the second print cover of Batman 608, which I think most people recognize from the run. They made into posters, shirts, everything. Right. So I've done all the pencil work. This is as far as I'm going to go with this, penciling wise. There seems to be an element around his collar. And he's got a belt. Now, here's the funny thing. I'm looking at this guy. He's not like a classic superhero in terms of his proportions, at least by American standards. So it's not like he's, like that triangular, upside down triangle shape. Let me go back in. I just stopped reading all the thoughts. Queen City Amusement has cheered. Thank you very much, Queen City Amusements. Good to see you here. Paper Falcon has resubbed. The Fabs OK has cheered. Thank you. Dude, I have to say, the level of cheering in the stream has really dramatically gone up a lot. So I thank you guys for for your generosity and just, I don't know, it's a different culture, man. I never thought that this would ever be a sort of a viable platform for people to kind of share what they do and have people show their appreciation digitally, electronically, online. So it's pretty cool. Edgar Skyle has resubbed as well. Cynthia Yip has cheered. Good evening, Cynthia. I know you're on the East Coast. 2 more weeks until Fan Expo Boston. That's right. I actually have 2 more weeks to get rested up before I hit my next con. King Franchise 88 has resubbed as well. Patrick 10 has resubbed. Hope to see you and other members at New York Comic Con. Yep, that's next. I've got 3 shows. Well, no, actually, I've got 5 or 6 shows for the remaining part of the year. I'll go through them in a second. Mutants Molded My Morals has resubbed for 4 months running. Appreciate that. Yokai Artists as well. 7 months running. Jeff Comics 86 is hosting. Kanger Banger has cheered. Good to see you as well at San Diego. The Drunken Superman has resubbed for 2 months. I love this channel. Thank you very much. Dak Burt has resubbed for 6 months. And Queen City Amusements has cheered again. Thank you. M101 has resubbed. There's so much activity going on. I feel like I just need someone here reading this. J for Jules has cheered as well. So I'm going to stop there. Although, wait, I take it back. Pabo Bingu has resubbed. I like that. Pabo Bingu. Trevor Kai has resubbed. Good seeing you, Trevor. JN Guy 1. KB Bradshaw. Batman Guy 4. Twins 1, 2. LPC Tunnel Rat. Action Detective 11. Queen City Amusements have all been supportive of the stream. Eamon Winkle, Crimson Harrow 1207. Wow. Okay, caught up, and I'm sure there's a lot more activity going on here. We got Quick Draw 13. Maximilian Dude has resubbed for 3 months. Hey, Maximilian Dude. Good to see you again, man. Missed the last few. No, you didn't. I have not been streaming. So, Hogan Park has donated from Korea. There's a lot of Korean. I can't. It's like 안녕하세요. Okay, I got that. That means hello. Sun Song. My Korean's horrible, guys. I'm sorry. it's painful for even me to hear my own. I'm going to turn the fan on because this room is getting very warm. So hold on 1 second. All right. There was nothing important that I said. Okay. Yeah, I am definitely in the zone. Thank you, Dire Raven 2017, 2018. I'm just going through the motions of. Am I still muted? No, it should be fine now. Okay. All right. So, it's still muted? No, it's not. Okay. Anyway, so okay. So he's got thin eyebrows, right? So I don't know if actually you're probably right. You probably can hear me. Oh, nice fan noise. Well, the fan has to be on, otherwise that was terrible mute mouthing. Yeah, well, I have the fan on the background, so there's really no way. I mean, I'm sure there's a way for me to have done it. Anyway, so look, he's got thin eyebrows. Let me get back to it. So, is it the artist's style to draw thin eyebrows? So if he drew Superman, would it be that thin line? Or does the character actually have thin eyebrows? I draw all my characters with very kind of exaggerated eyebrow like this. It kind of, it's like the stock market. So it's got a peak here, gets thick in this part, and then tapers out. And this eyebrow I got from Kevin Nolan. So if you look at Kevin Nolan's artwork, his eyebrows are what I stole his eyebrows right here. In fact, if you see him, there's one missing off his face. And then, excuse me. And then somehow I was talking to Bob Harris about this, and he said that originally started with Jack Kirby. If you looked at his mutants, he did strange eyebrows like Scarlet Witch or Professor X, and it just made the characters look a little more unique or crazy, out of the ordinary. But most eyebrows just kind of go like this, right? But I choose to kind of have the starting point, and it's this eyebrow here. So you can see it has a life of its own. But no one's eyebrows really look like that. So if you just look at that eyebrow, it looks really weird. It looks like an origami bird or dragon. Okay. All right. So I'm going to come to this character. Excuse me. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do a thin eyebrow. A lot thinner than I normally would. Okay. technically that's not cross. Well, no, I did cross. All right, it's a little cross hatching. Thought I was not going to do that, but. PMQ 182, that, you got that right. Alright, where are we at? Why he has resubbed for 10 months. What am I thinking about? I'm thinking about drawing. Wolfgang God has resubbed for 2 months. Hey, I love your work. Gonna buy your Road to Metal book I saw in the store. Cool, thank you. Agent Twisted has resubbed for 5 months. Dan of Earth has resubbed as well. I sound like a news broadcaster. I'm like reading the teleprompter. Zit Novus has resubscribed using Prime. Dark Knight 1 has cheered. Thank you. Curtis War has cheered. Kung Fu Fonzie has resubbed. Kung Fu Fonzie. Interesting. This guy seems very kind of happy. Should close this eye. Is it this eye? One of my eyes is messed up. I think I've explained this whole story. So one of my eyes sees things distortedly because I tore the retinal wall in the back. So I have to close one eye to see how it looks to you guys who have two normal eyes. So everything looks longer. So with this eye, it looks a little more distorted this way. It looks a little bit better. And then also, there's this angle of the table. I realized with a lot of covers and single images, and I see this most pronounced on the covers, because it's a large image, I'm drawing from this vantage point. So I'm drawing things that are closer to me, the size I think they should be, and I'm actually kind of foreshortening it in a very subconscious way. So when you look at it like this, right, straight on, you go like, wow, the feet and the lower part of the bodies look thicker than I would have normally have done. So I have to take that into account. So there's a cant to this, so it looks more like this. Here's the true perspective, but you can see like how the level of distortion you can get if you, right, it's more like an egghead from there. So it's camera angle, the drawing angle where you sit plays a role. And just be aware that you might have some bias based on that. All right. What else do we got going on? Net Ranger asks, am I going to Boston Comic Con? I am, indeed, I am. I think Nightbot has the whole list. I don't know if Nightbot's been updated. Ren, I think when I saw it on our Discord channel, I don't think I had Palm Springs in there. So what do I got coming up? I've got Boston Comic Con in 2 weekends. Right, I'll be there August 11th. My birthday. I'll be there, and then I fly in. I come in Friday night, and then I'm there all day for the show Saturday, and then I fly out Saturday, and then I get we're renting an RV and driving our son to college in Texas, so I'll be on the road for several days just driving. I was thinking of just, rather than just staying at hotels, I'll just stay at random people's houses that I meet through our Discord channel. You know, just kind of sponge off you guys for like a night here and there. Thank you, Anecdote. And then, end of August is the Palm Springs Comic Con, so I'll be there for that. And then in September, I'll be going to Prague Comic Con in Prague, Czech Republic. To help them launch their Rebirth initiative. A lot of our foreign territories, country partnerships, there's anywhere from 6 months to a year or more of lag time, windowing, whatever you want to call it, from the time we publish it before it gets translated and published elsewhere. Although I find that a lot of our fans overseas, they're downloading the books digitally and following along, so they're current with what's happening, but then they also collect the translated editions when they come out. Okay. Look at it backwards to the light. Has a very strong John Byrne influence, I can see. Okay. So Prague will be interesting. And come back from that show, and I think 2 days later I get back on a plane and head to New York for New York Comic Con. And what happens after that? San Antonio, Alamo Comic Con, end of October. Maybe if you guys are down there. And then the Toluca, Mexico City Comic Con in beginning of December. And then I'm doing a signing at Torpedo Comics in December as well. Those are both early December. And then I'm going to enjoy my winter break. And next year, I will be doing fewer shows. Not that I didn't, enjoy the shows that I did this year. I just, with the new responsibilities, I'm obviously, right now, kind of taxed beyond my capabilities. But I was committed to those shows, so I want to honor my obligations. But going next year, there are a few that I've kind of already agreed to that I will do, of course, but I'm not going to be taking on a lot of these other elective shows. And I say elective because there are shows that I have to go to, sort of like I think WonderCon, New York, and San Diego. And those are the ones that DC goes to and sets up at. I'll tell you, when I was in Vegas this weekend, I ran into a bunch of comics fans. I mean, just randomly kind of walking around. It was actually pretty cool. Compared to, let's say, like Dallas. Yeah, but there was at least 5 or 6 comics fans. It just kind of came up out of the blue. Just came up and said, "Hey, you're so and so, like, or are you?" And they're there to see like the Backstreet Boys. All right, let's see what happens here if I do this. Sour Knot Hardcore. Oh snap! I live in Vegas. Yes, I was just there this weekend. I just flew back today. I kind of wondered if I was going to be able to stream and be sort of semi-conscious today. I was smart about my time. I left. We left the club at like 3 in the morning, which is the wisest thing I've done in a long time. Hold on one second. I've got this annoying iCloud on my PC window popped up, and I can't close it out. It's just spinning and spinning. Control Alt delete this madness. Mutants molded my morals. You sound kind of tired though. Thanks for doing this. I don't. I'm trying to pace myself. I'm trying to sound professional. I think that's what it is. Oh, speaking of which, there is some funny stuff from the con I have to share. Okay. DJ Mittens, were you mixing pain pills with Javier shots? No, we ate really well, and yeah, we had a good time. That's all I can say. Yeah, Run Elephant is modding, or it's our sole mod tonight. We got Poop Kid here. We got Buchan Red 1442. M Mills 11. Very satisfying to watch you ink. Great way to relax. Sorno Hardcore has resubbed. Shen Kong has hosted with 1 viewer. I have to turn off that alert. Stick to Survive has resubbed, or no, has subbed for the first time. Thank you very much. Janelle has cheered all the way from the Philippines. So now we have the secret for One Punch Man and Secret Goku in the drawings. So Layman 312 has cheered, or has subscribed, sorry. Four Color Demons 1540 has subscribed using Prime. Anyway, so at the con, I shouldn't even say it. I think I pissed off a fan, or I don't know, I was just kind of... I can't even share the whole story. You had been there. But it I think everything turned out okay. I'll save the story for another time. I don't know how long of a story it would be. Other than there were some things that happened at Comic-Con that I've never really kind of dealt with before. Okay. For those of you that went, oh yeah, we even had like a private signing in the hotel room right before I left, which is kind of cool. But I had to leave early. We had Teen Titans Go premiere on Sunday up in LA, so I had to come back for that, and that was a funny movie. There's a hilarious camo. I won't spoil it for anyone. And they've got some amazing voices, different actors, and we're all in suspense. No, the reason why the reason why I didn't share is that it's not a good story. I was like kind of running through my head telling the story and realized there's really no point to it. Excuse me. Okay. You can see the pencils go all the way here, and I'm bringing it down considerably. Interesting, okay. Let's look at the belt. That's what I found interesting. It's just kind of... I don't know. Should I have both legs go or this one come forward? Actually, this one should go back. Superhero swimmer art. Well, if you went to the show, you would have heard the story. And it was hard. I'll tell you it was hard because I had 2 drawing panels the same day. So hopefully that will not be replicated next year. I enjoy the panels where I can kind of show people what I do and draw and kind of talk and interact with fans. But pacing it out for me would do realize there's sort of it takes some energy to do it. It's also like how many people want to see that panel twice, right? Red Remedy has resubbed for 5 months. Best artist ever, we are not worthy. Thanks. Well, that's very kind of you. Programmer Art has resubbed for 5 months. Thanks for sharing your work. Comic Finders has resubbed, or has subscribed using Prime. SV Gerfer has resubbed for 3 months. Groovy Job has hosted with 1 viewer. I'm gonna read the whole thing and then say it. That's smart, right? Finally, after a year, I figured this out. Anecdote has resubbed for 3 months. 4 Color Demons 1540 has subscribed using Prime. I think I'm caught up. Okay. Okay, we need answers. One Punch Man versus Superman. Who wins? All Might, right? Okay. What are you guys doing out there? Paper Falcon 4. I was too nervous and couldn't think of a question at MegaCon. Never been to a panel before. I can imagine that would be kind of... Look, I've asked questions on panels before. You want to say something that hasn't been asked before. You want to sound like you are intelligent and have been... what are good questions? I don't know. I don't know what good questions are. But I usually get asked, like, who's your favorite character? There's one person that said, hey, if you could trade Marvel characters for DC characters, who would you trade? I thought it was an interesting twist to, like, who are your favorite characters question. I think I answered it that way. As that type of question. But I overly complicate things. I should just say, let's just start rattling off characters, right? And instead I go into this whole thing about, like, I'm 53 years old, man. Like, I don't have favorites anymore, right? Favorites are what kids have, right? My favorite color is blue. My favorite flavor of ice cream. When you're an adult, 54, who has time for favorites? I mean, barely have time to take care of your kids and your taxes and your job responsibilities. I just don't have favorites anymore. It's just like there's time that I spend on things I like, try to avoid things I dislike. But it's like, oh my God, I got to see this band. They're my favorite. Like, what are you, 12 years old? I'm sorry, I don't want to. That's kind of the gist of it. This is old guy. Yeah, this old guy. Yeah, that's exactly. My favorite thing is sleeping when old. Actually, that's not bad as far as a favorite activity. Wolfgang God generally lost his soul. Now he doesn't have any emotion. That's part of it. I did do that deal back in that day with that Faust guy. No, I go to bed exhausted. But I do remember that enthusiasm I had as a kid. It's like, oh my God, favorite character. Dire Raven 2018. You are correct, Old Man Jim. I don't know what happened. I was like 30, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm 54 and I've got 9 kids. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Got run over by a truck and then backed up on me and then just fell through a big sinkhole. Wolfgang God. Yeah, there's a old Christopher Marlowe work of fiction. Faustus. I don't even know what that's about. But that would, if you Google that, that'll give you some insight to my answer. Yeah. Use user 11. I went for 10 minutes. We were waiting for you. I went for 10 minutes. He's still at the same point. We were waiting for you to come back, dude. I think I haven't made any more progress because I think I'm done. I mean, there's not really much more other detail. Maybe I'll put like little fists and I'll make a texture so it covers his entire costume. That was a joke. So just calm down, calm down. Yeah. Mr. Raha 99. You should discuss work-life balance at a panel. I did. I went on at length about that. I think the question was something about what inspires you when you sit down and look at a page. And I said something about I don't really have artist block where I can't figure out what I want to draw. Or maybe that's not what I answered. I can't remember. Might have been a different question. It's 2 weeks ago. And I was just raging last night, so things are kind of not in the same drawer as they were the last time I kind of stored all this information. Oh, that's soggy. Yeah. That doesn't help your cause. Where's Ren Elephant? I think Ren Elephant, he's probably like modding from work or he's in the shower. Okay. Let's get some ink going here. So the reason why I sound tired, this is not my tired voice. This is I'm trying to, that's my evening voice. It's, I realize it's late in the day. I want it to be soothing. There's no ink in here. I'm ready to scream some expletives, but Empty. Empty. Okay. Always have a bottle of ink nearby. Alright, 1 second, guys. 1 second. Charlie App. Good to see you again. Thank you for the generous cheer. It's midnight in New York, and it's my birthday. I'm doing my best to support you, though, through one bloodshot eye. Love you, Jim. Love you too, man. Happy birthday. It's exciting. All these birthdays coming up. Leos, right? I think we're all Leos. Vampire Killer Whip has resub for 3 months. Casual Hero as well for 3 months. Thanks for introducing me to Ryan B. I assume Ryan Benjamin. Guy's super cool. Yes, he's great. He's one of the best. Great talent, super nice guy. Curtis Ward liked my All Might answer and cheered. Thank you. Coconut Telefant has subbed. And Janelle has cheered some more. Hope you can visit Manila with Wills. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be traveling less next year, I think. I might end up just doing 5 shows next year. Maybe 6. Ivan the Really Terrible has resubbed for 3 months. And Snickety Snick has resubbed for 9 months. Comic Book Bob has subbed as well. Abate says cheered. Hi, Jim from the sky, heading to Japan. You can watch a stream from planes now? That's amazing. Wolfgang God has cheered very generously. Thank you very much, Wolfgang God. I figured out, guys, Jim's favorite thing to do is to be himself. I don't know. Favorite thing. You know what it is? And I do sound like an old guy when I say this, but I think if you have a bunch of kids, and like I said, I have 9, I think my favorite things are my kids' favorite things, or my favorite thing is seeing them happy, or seeing my wife happy. So in a way, I think for me to be the best husband and father possible, I think it's less about doing my favorite things and being more attuned to what they like. And that's just something that brings me pleasure and makes me feel good. And so I think at the end of the day, that's why I don't really think about my favorites, because then to me that just leads to not selfishness, but things that my family and my wife might not want to do or see or whatever. So not that I don't do things for myself, I definitely do, but you can see how it's a little more complicated as you get older, right? I think that's the point I was trying to make. Duck Helmet. Stream officially now a Hallmark card. Wow, how to go there. You know, as much ribbing as Hallmark gets, they still sell a boatload of greeting cards. People still like buying them rather than sending them digitally. They make those movies. I think there's room in modern life for messages coming from the heart. Sappy messages from the heart. Whatever you want to call them, dude. So yeah, I'm just being mellow tonight. I think that's the mood I'm going for. But I didn't want to miss another week of streaming. So here we are. Lee Shank, have you ever get wasted and draw? What makes you think I'm not wasted now? I'm drawing. No, I don't. I think there's like one sketch. If you Google like Jim Lee Wonder Woman sketch, there's one sketch online that I distinctly remember. I think it was like a long night out in, gosh, where was it? It was in Europe, and a bunch of us were out and had been enjoying ourselves, and I just did the sketch for one of the people in our group, and for sure I thought I had screwed it up. The next day, and I look at it online, it's not so bad. So I think it's possible to do. I just don't have any desire to work, draw, whatever, under the influence. I think I have too much of a prejudice, or I mentally associate like kind of having a beer or a glass of wine with like just unwinding and just kind of kicking back. And I associate drawing with work. And I don't mind working. That's not to say I don't. So I don't want you to think that, it's not the traditional way people kind of look at work. But if the follow-up question is, do you draw for fun? I don't really draw for fun. I paint for fun. I've painted for fun, I think. Okay. And then, I think the best thing about those panels at San Diego is that someone tries to live stream it. Not live stream it, live blog it, sorry. And if you read the live, they make no sense. Like I just jump around too much, and I just go on these long tangents. Make no sense. All right. Janelle has cheered as well, very generously. Thank you very much. Have to go, dad duties, but before I leave, here's a cheer to my favorite artist and idol. I hope to meet you someday. See you guys. See you, Janella. Having my problems with making my subjects and verbs match broken case. Panzerian has resubbed for 3 months. Any chance of a Kang the Conqueror drawing some time? Unlikely, if I were to be honest. Cynthia Upaz cheered as well. Take care. A lot of people kind of signing off for the night. For those of you that would like to bid in the silent auction, I'm thinking this is probably a good night for it because fewer people are on. I don't know if that's the case or not. My screen's telling me 787, which is about typical. Thank you guys for staying up, though. On the East Coast, it's a little after midnight. So this is the One Punch Man. I'm going to go ahead and quickly do a background, just kind of a smear technique. And then I'll go to the silent auction part of tonight. Burn through an hour. Very kind of relaxing. Kind of recap of what's been going on the past 2 weeks. Superhero swimmer art because all rich people sleep? No, because people go to sleep in general. Okay. All right. Good night, Blitzwalker 33. What'd you say? Bye, Jim. I gotta sleep. Unlike you. Oh, I'm unlike you. Trust me. I need my rest. Need my rest. So, for the silent auction piece, I'm going to I'll put it up to a vote, but I'm going to pick the characters and just put it up and see what you guys think. Okay. Okay. I cry for my brushes. Alright, I'm going to let it dry here. So we'll move on to the next piece. Excuse me. Mutants Molded My Morals has cheered. Would you share your paintings with us? Yeah. I'll actually, that's pretty good. I could put some of them online. There's one that I've been working on for my daughter for like 5 years. I've never finished. I should finish it. I think it will turn out okay. And that painting I actually did like a rough on my computer to kind of guide me in it, and then it just started getting harder to do. I didn't quite know how to do it, and maybe I felt intimidated in finishing it. I don't know. I just didn't have the time. So I'd like to. All right. I'm going to. Let's see what we can do here. Let's create a poll. Thought I could create a poll. Okay. Sorry about that. Streamlabs just changed their interface. I'm like, there was a button if you like put your cursor over it would pop up polls, and it doesn't do that anymore. But here we go. Marcus Slow has reset for 4 months. Thank you. Bat7. Hey, Jim. Would you ever come to Comic-Con in Germany? Yeah, for sure. Possibly. I would say it's highly likely in the next couple years. Edgar Skyle has cheered as well. Thank you very much for the bits. You guys are very generous. People, maybe it's just time of day. Thank you, Quinn City Amusements. Dream from Sandman. That's an interesting one. I'll put that in there. Nightmare 15.5 has cheered. You are a personal hero of mine and have had a huge influence in my life. I would like to pursue a career in art, but there is much to learn. Thank you for being such a great teacher. Thank you for very kind words, and thank you for supporting the stream. I appreciate it. Good luck with your journey, with your quest. Mr. Joker 08 has sub using Prime. Thank you. Jay Roscoe and Janella. Janella, I mentioned. Jay Roscoe has cheered. Loving the stream. Thanks for all you do. I'll have more energy next week. I'm streaming again next weekend. I'm very excited to be home this weekend, this upcoming weekend. I've got a lot of things I want to do. And again, this shows you, kind of points to my age. Like, I'm super excited. The thing I'm most excited about doing this weekend is cleaning the house, decluttering. It's like my favorite thing to do. So there you go. What a horrible answer for like favorite things, right? But there you go. Okay, just make sure that was water. Mutants molded my morals. Princess Mononoke. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna put what other character? Be kind of fun to draw. Put Aquaman. Put Mara. I've already done Skeletor, Muggleman. Vegeta. Charlie App is suggesting Mr. Sinister for my birthday. Curious George, thank you, Poop Kid. Naruto, Booster Gold. Things are moving very quickly. Master Chief, interesting. Got Savage Dragon request from Brutal Knight. Kelsey, please draw Mason. Hey Kelsey, Demon Girl 00. Kelsey actually came up to the house. She's spending a few days with us, so it was good to see her. Unagizilla. Hey Unagizilla, saw him at the show. I think I had to run off quickly, but I was running late to something, so I apologize, Unagizilla, if I had to duck out. Good to see you. Drowsy has cheered as well. Do Red Robin and finally caught a stream. Net Rage has cheered as well, very generously. Thank you. Sir Richard 706. Robin and Goliath. Robin. Yeah. Kilowog. Should make a decision here. I like the Hawkman suggestion. I'm going to put that in there as well. And then one other. One last one. What am I thinking? Grimeldish has subbed for 3 months. Matty Tattoo, no Warblades allowed. I'm just trying to pick what interests me at the moment. Yeah. Alright, last one. I saw a Batgirl flash above there. Alright, guys. You guys can vote. There's a poll. I think I've done something twice now. Ninja Turtle would have been fun. Should have put that in there, but next time. Like I said, these streams, they kind of build upon themselves, the in-jokes and just the energy of it all. And because I took a 2-stream break, I think it just kind of fallen out of the rhythm of it. It's hard to explain. Sorry, Kelsey, I didn't put Mason in there. I drew Kelsey as Link once. I think I posted that drawing online. I think. Okay. Alright, let's see what's going on. The winner seems to be Princess Mononoke. Interesting, very interesting. Alright, let's do it. Here I'm just sort of balancing line weights and kind of beefing up lines here and there. But beefing them up, I'm sort of separating the planes, making things pop more, giving greater value or emphasis on certain objects or shapes. Excuse me. Princess Mononoke. Interesting. My kids have cosplayed as this character. I think Sienna. I'm trying to think. Her favorite thing were wolves, so this obviously played a big part in that. I wish I could draw a wolf. All right. Killer Kovac says, looks like they removed polls from the mobile app. Is that true? Anyone know? Duck helmet. Crap. I'm super tired, but I want to watch this someone. River. Demon Girl. 0. River was talking earlier about how bad you are at drawing animals. She loves animals. She loves drawing animals, so she's like, she can just like draw like a squirrel or whatever. I think we're going to do a story about snow foxes. Now, as I pencil this, I have like a rough idea of the pose. But now I'm thinking I want to change it up. Okay. DJ Mittens, if you can draw Scooby, you can draw a wolf. I think a wolf would be offended by that, or Scooby would be offended by it. I can draw a wolf. It just doesn't look like a wolf. You know what I'm saying? That's as deep as I can get on a Sunday night. Here's a wolf. Oh, it looks like a horse. Looks like a man in a wolf suit. Here's both their legs. All right. There we go. Worst wolf ever? Are you kidding me? It's definitely not that bad. Whatever. 5,000 on eBay. All right. You guys are making me feel so good, so loved. Okay. Someone asked me, am I drawing, penciling? No, it's a H. Am I pressing down hard? It's a HB pencil, so it's going to give me a pretty dark line. And that's why I use a softer pencil. So I don't put too much pressure on my fingers and stuff. Okay. It's alright. I even have like tape indicators where I can draw, and I still messed it up. I'm very relaxed. How are you guys doing today? Okay. Loneliest Wolf by Choice donated very generously. Thank you very much, Loneliest Wolf by Choice. Thank you for your stream and witty lessons. I appreciate that. You know what? The witty lessons, I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Thank you. One question. When drawing facial features of different races, how do you plan or sculpt the face accordingly? Thank you, Mr. Lee. There's some, I guess, one would be stereotyping by drawing different races with different shortcuts. So it's interesting in this sort of day and age how to speak to that without sounding or coming off prejudicial or simplifying in a way that seems insensitive, right? But they're the classic sort of like Asian sort of almond eyes. Um, you know, the Roman nose. So there's terms out there. Um, M. Mills. No, we're not all the same race. We're the same species, right? But no, we're of different races. Okay. Um, what's going on? What can I use my Kirihiko point for? Oh, Kirihiko's here. A plus point. Yeah, what? Welcome, Kira. Kirihiko must be waking up. I'm thinking. The human race. We're all part of the human race. I get it. All right. I just realized, yeah, that's an interesting question. I don't know if I can answer it effectively in a way that would be, like I said, sensitive to the culture that we live in today. For me to even say, like, oh, well, Asians, I always give them black hair, would be, that's horribly racist of you to say that, generalize, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, I'm exaggerating and using that as a way to kind of poke fun at it. But you can see kind of the complexities of the conversation that would arise out of talking about different races. All right, I'm looking for her boots. They look like... I don't know what they look like. Can't find a clean shot of her boots. They're brown. They look like rolled up socks. Oh, okay, got it. Okay. Let's just leave it at that. Demon Girl. Twitch chat and discussing race. What could go wrong? You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Kelsey's so wise. All my children have different characteristics, of course. Different things they excel at. Kelsey is marked by wisdom. She would probably hate that I would say that. It's like, I hate being wise. It's a burden. Okay. Jim McKeevy, you're probably just drawing what you see in mind, not so much putting puzzle-like features together. I think there's a lot of... Look, drawing comics and drawing art, I mean, you're taking reality and you're putting it through a filter so that if I draw something very simple, that's obviously a wolf because I put the fangs and then the four legs and the tail. So they're symbols, right? And, I think what we do is simplify and generalize and rely on symbols to create imagery so that you know that you're looking, let's say, if I draw a certain type of building, you know it's a Gothic building. So, McCarthy 313. Yes, I will do a separate auction just for the wolf. We'll do a silent auction for the wolf. For those of you, as a goof. For those of you who want to be in the running, they can get this wolf. It's got a corner that's just hacked off here. It's got the eyebrow. No, we're not going to do an auction for the wolf. I'll give this wolf away. It's one of my rare wolves. You can feel the emotion I put into it. I kind of shortchanged it one foot, though. It's kind of got 1, 2, 3. This foot just didn't quite work out. Anyway. Okay. My dog, who looks like a wolf, is crying right now. Guys. Wolf had no pupils. Sure. Okay, superhero swimmer art. Why? I want to make sure I get this art piece. Why no auction? Very mad now. Okay, all right. So you're telling me you guys want to bid for this? It'll be an interesting game because it will literally be, you don't want to bid too crazy. You don't want to bid too high, but if you want to win, like, what's the right number? What's that number, right? Is it 50 cents or is it 54 cents? You know what I'm saying? I'm game. I like figuring things like that out. I'll do it. I'll do it. I get it. You want it. You want a shot at actually bidding correctly instead of me randomly giving it away. Got it. Got it. Got it. All right. We'll give it a shot. Okay. You've convinced me. Pierce Bronson sells his art for $5 million? Really? Okay. Hey, Eric Kennedy, how you doing, man? Guys, if you don't know who Eric Kennedy is, super talented guy. He also streams. I think he streams in the mornings, pretty early. I want to say 7 or 8 in the morning. So I think he's at twitch.tv/Eric Kennedy, at Eric Kennedy. So check his work out, man. That stuff is killer. You can also follow him on Instagram. He posts up a lot of his work. He's done some interesting mashups where he's taking like famous characters and then gender bended, changed their gender. Some interesting results. He also does a lot of color work with markers, and some of it I think is digital too. I don't know. It's pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and start inking this. Oh, what am I doing? That's not what I want to start with. For all you Princess Mononoke fans, please forgive me for what I am about to do. If this is a wolf to me, what will this become? We will find out. I don't know if I want to put that necklace thing in front of her chin. I did it with the pencils, but I don't know if I want to follow through and do it. Let me think for a second. Allbarn 22. Is that Link from Zelda? I know what you guys are doing. Don't think. I don't know. All right, let's. Sure, I'm gonna go for it. I'm committing. Committing. Is the green screen not working well? Oh yeah. If I get in close to the light, I saw that. That's not good. Apologize. KB Bradshaw, can you scan this piece when you're done? Yeah, you know what I do? I take a picture with my phone. I post it in Discord. Those of you who don't know, there's a Discord channel that is tied into the stream. It supplements the stream, and you get a lot of people participate and use it as a resource. If you sub, you get access to more channels, blah, blah, blah. And I usually post up the artwork there first, and then it shows up on my Insta later. Twitter. Okay. The hydrocortisone is evident on his inking. No, the cortisone shot. Or is it hydrocortisone? I'm continually being corrected by chat. I don't know. I can't feel my arm. That's basically the gist of it. What is the over-under on this? I don't know what this amazing wolf. Watch. Oh, hold on a sec. Let me just check this out. Right there. Look at that. Pretty badass. Axis 1970. It doesn't feel better. It's the absence of pain. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, it's this very annoying kind of constant thing I had going on. I still feel it somewhat at times, but the drawing does help kind of make it go away a little bit. It's actually a thing now, which is art as physical therapy, right? Just drawing art to make you feel happier or physically better. A lot of things happen to the brain when you're in a creative state. Chemicals are released, parts of the brain are stimulated, etc., etc. That's weird. This chat has died on my device. I don't know what's going on. You guys just being super quiet? No, it's weird. Chat's frozen here. Sorry about that. I wasn't reacting because there was nothing. Let's go back. Good night, groovy job. Oh, it's Twilight Quiet. We're all gone. Uh-oh. No one's talking. Everyone's sleeping. Edgar Skyle. Sorry, playing Diablo 2 and watching at the same time. Got it. Got it. Good to know that good to know you guys are being honest. I lost my reference. I was using like 3 different images, but there was a main one for the. Oh, there we go. Okay. I was just changing oil and watching earlier. Okay. Well, now everyone's super excited. You will now be known as the Wolfpack. M Mills 11. I'm laying in bed watching this when I should be sleeping. Think about it this way. You got 6 whole days to sleep. I'll be back on Sunday. I have to say, I'm enjoying myself. This is having fun drawing this character. Okay. Planet Smasher, nice change of pace. Yeah, I guess I just the melding of the two. I kind of did a more of a animate sort of nose. Try to incorporate with kind of how it would do the eyes. So I feel like it maybe reflects the two styles in a way that I kind of like. But then people don't like it. You'll see. I thought I did something kind of similar with Goku. Mixed results. Dokuman, Jim, Sensei, how can I do better the outlines? Draw from within. It's not the outlines. I'm thinking of the shapes inside. Right? The outline is just a reflection of what I'm thinking about that's in between the stuff I'm not drawing. Be the spoon. Don't draw the line, draw the edge of the shape that you see. Is there a difference? Think about it. I have not met Miyazaki. Media slave. What is that? Wow for what I just said? Oh, that was deep. Mind blown. Okay, doctor. There is no spoon. Totally a fan. TAF. Since I started streaming, I've been noticing that I still have a tough time drawing bigger proportions than from 8x11 onto Bristol boards. Is there any advice you can give? Or simply, it's just practice. You get used to drawing at a certain size resolution, so I would just encourage you to, if you're having real trouble, you can draw it small and then draw a grid and then try to replicate that same grid, right? So if this grid has a proportion like 2x3, and the larger one, you draw the same grid and expand it, right? So if you have a bigger piece of paper, you draw, right? If you were to divvy it up into fourths, you can basically replicate this by, instead of drawing that face, just draw what's in that quadrant. Right? Does that make sense? Okay. The Art of Book of Quotes by Jim Lee, yes. Trevor Kai, I'm liking the evening stream feel. This is fun. I would just suggest that you're more awake. You strike me as a nighttime person. Mr. J81 has cheered. Thank you, Mr. J. Brian Zhao has subscribed using Prime. Mr. J has cheered as well. Again, Custo Furby and Ozmada have subscribed using Prime. Anthony Romwell has cheered. Hey, Jim. And resub for 7 months. Spooky Draws. Supporting the stream, Skippy Johnson has cheered. Immortalize Horse Wolf with an emote. Okay. Side Turn has resubscribed for 5 months. And Charlie 7 has cheered. Maybe the cheering will help me stay awake. The Loneliest Wolf has answered, has donated, and thank you for answering. No worries from me. I'm a black guy who loves art and culture. Facial features and cultural backgrounds fascinate me. want to draw people and characters diversely. Even I think one thing I will say to that point is that because I think artists rely on sort of symbols or very similar kinds of right. So I don't want to draw all my Asian characters to look the same. Same with my African American characters. Same with any character. Sometimes people say, well, all your characters look the same, just different hair colors, and that's a very common thing that happens to artists because we're drawing quickly and using symbols and generalizing. So, yeah. So I try to be aware of that stuff, and certainly, when I drew Cyborg, and then I drew John Stewart, and I was trying to give them very uniquely distinctive facial features to make them look more unique. And I do think about it in general, like even like drawing Wolverine versus like Gambit. Wolverine has a shorter nose, Gambit has a longer nose. They still have the stubble. They have different jaw lines, in my opinion. So there's all these different ways that they kind of subtly differ from one another. Okay, this form is super long, so I gotta bring it in a little bit. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. But nice to know that I had this blade here. Screwed that up. Looks like there's some chevrons here. 1, 2. Kind of cool. Crispy Egg Roll has sauntered into chat. How very kind of you to join us this evening. We got Kirihiko. I forgot to give her the call out here on the special way we like to share with people. I think I did hit that already, but and then the Crispy Kung Fu Fonzie, thanks so much for the stream. Jim is awesome. Being able to watch and learn from a professional. We'll use that word very, very loosely in this stream. Okay. And then Marcus Webb MD. Not familiar with this character, but this piece looks sick. Thank you very much, man. It's actually a very, very famous character. You should check out the movie if you have a chance. Your credit's good with me, Crispy. DJ Mittens. Who wants to go half seas? You can have it for 6 months, and I'll have it for, I assume, the same amount of time. That's actually pretty smart. I thought about that just for like original art, a way to disrupt it, right? Um, they've used it now for like sports cars and stuff, where you don't buy the sports car, you buy a membership, and then you get different cars to drive, right? So I think they do the same thing with art because you get tired of the art that's on your wall, so they continually replenish it. It's kind of the renting to enjoy model, I guess. Is that what Jay Leno and Jerry Seinfeld do? No, this is what people on normal budgets do. Those guys own all that stuff. Huh. I think I screwed up the mask. They look different for a second. Good job, Jim. How did I screw that up? No, you know what? I'm looking at. Some have a mouth here, but what I'm looking at, there's no mouth, and that looks like it's a cell from the movie. So I'm going to stick to this. I know people will criticize it when I post it, but tough luck. That's the way. I just realized this. The reference isn't consistent. Psycho Olive, what's your most prized piece of original art from another artist that you own? There's a lot. A lot of it, I have some pieces up on my wall here. They were gifted to me by Al Williamson, right? They're not any images that any of you guys would recognize as being like the key Al Williamson art, but it's just, I've gotten to meet him and at shows, loved what he was doing, obviously when he was making John Rena Jr. on Daredevil, but I love the stuff that he did when he was on Star Wars, and then of course all the strips that he used to illustrate. He inked one of my very first works, Mockingbird story for Spotlight Avengers, I think. Super talented guy, super nice, and he just gave me these two strips, wrote a very nice comment on both, and gave them to me, and so I cherish those, right? So it's usually the stuff that's gifted to me, the stuff of value. I love because it obviously is something that I loved from my childhood, but you know, so they might have material value, but nothing beats a dedicated piece of art that the artist kind of gives you unsolicited. Ask boyfriend for his Visa. Oh, credit card. I'm like, Visa? Like, what are you with? ICE? Like, what are your papiers? Papier bitte? All right. Let me send out a tweet here. Okay, what do we have going on here? Let me shrink this window down a little bit. Haunted Death 1 has cheered. Really, really enjoy your art. I'm happy you're on Twitch. Thank you very much. And Skippy Johnson, sorry, has cheered. Why did you steal Jeff John's job? That's news to me, but that's an interesting narrative. Good luck with that. Ren Elephant has gifted a sub to Ink One. Very kind of you, Ren Elephant. PMQ 182 has cheered. Shout out to Crispy, who finally showed up. That's some passive aggressive stuff right there. Finally showed up. Shout out to Crispy. Finally showed up. I love it. Finally showed up. His Dart Knight 1 has cheered as well. Thank you for your support. Schiller 1528 has subscribed using Prime. I think I mentioned that already. Sean Norton Art has resubbed for 6 months. 6 months, and still so happy to be here with you as a fellow artist in the community. Thank you for inspiring me and helping me grow as a professional artist. No problem, man. Thank you for being here. Red Meat Good has resubscribed for 2 months. What's up? San Diego Comic-Con 2018 was good. The best thing about it is that it's over. It's a lot of work. Busiest week of the year for me. Busiest 2 weeks, I think. The week leading up and the week... Here, hold on. Let me... This is what I got going on so far. Okay. Good night. Who just said good night? Good night, the Joker. Okay. What else do we have going on? Okay, I'm caught up on that. Great. We have 8:25. Good. All right, what else we got going on, guys? Stefan_Germany. Good night, Jim, and good morning from Germany. First time pleasure. Guten Morgen, mein Freund, Stefan Germany. Wie geht's dir? Alles gut hier in California. Cranky Driz, how often do you mess up inking? How often? All the time. How's that? Or never. Whichever fits into what you feel works for you. Drowsy. I want your drawing skills. Amazing. Thank you very much. Crispy egg roll. Are you almost done, Jim Lee? Are you almost done? It's almost my bedtime. Oh, it's 10:16. That's right. We're working against the clock. I think it's 11 o'clock is Crispy's bedtime. Right now, Crispy has he's worked the upper teeth. Now he's got the lower teeth. He's got to brush. Then he's got his favorite Star Wars cotton pajamas. He's got to put on one leg at a time. He's got like comb the hair. Marcus Webb, MD, 1 a.m. Have to bail. See you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in, dude. Appreciate it. I do text him a bedtime story. The back molars, very important. Have your back molars grown in yet, Crispy? I don't know. Have they? Anyway. Okay, I gotta draw some. I'm gonna do it in a way though that makes it look more ethereal. Okay. I can't be naturally beautiful like you. Who says it's natural? This is a lot of work that I've done here. Let's see. This is the chillest stream on Twitch. This is the illest. Okay, I'll stop. I know that was bad. All right. Clayton Moore's 56. This is the last drawing, yes. Kodama. Savage. I do miss late night ravaging. Wow, this stream is like it's what's the word I'm looking for? It feels a little glitchy tonight. It's big spurts of activity and kind of freezes up. Oh, the illest. Quick draw 13. Head into bed. Been a tough month, but thanks for brightening up my day with some awesome art. Not sure if I'll get cell service there, so I'll say goodbye now just in case. Take it easy, Jamie. I remember what I think if it's tied to, I think it's your grandmother's passing. So hang in there. How long do you draw a day? Says Groovy Job. I draw till I finish the assignment. If I could finish in 30 minutes, I would draw every day for exactly 30 minutes. Unfortunately, covers take anywhere from 4 to 12 hours. Internal pages probably take 6 to 14 hours. So that's kind of how many hours I draw if my intent is to finish a page. Does that make sense? KB Bradshaw, I need to sleep, but I have to know how much the horse wolf goes for. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go ahead and do the silent bid auction for the we'll do this just for KB Bradshaw. We'll figure it out, guys. So go ahead and put your bids in now. I believe Ren or Crispy or Kirihiko can explain how it works. On the back, for full disclosure, hey, look at this. It's got a dragon eyebrow, stock market, and then it's got this gigantic tear here. I think I tore and used the piece as a splatter thing. Okay, you guys go ahead and do your bidding. Jose 6493. How does one bid? They'll explain it. It's no longer in another link. It is, isn't it? How does it work? The mods have come up a way. I will still accept like whatever. This is for this. Still makes me laugh. Yeah, so let's take care of that. The Dodgers are playing. Ooh, how are they doing? Did that pitcher throw a no-hitter the other day? I got the alert that was the Braves pitcher? Somebody. Oh no, they're throwing the no-hitter against the Padres, I think. Padres one of the few teams that still have not pitched a no-hitter, but I've seen no-hitters be pitched against them. Oh, it's terrible. Okay. 2 outs in the 8th. Yeah, I think he was in the 9th. That makes sense. He was on 100 pitches, I think, in the 7th inning, right? Which is a lot for a pitcher. Obviously, they're going to keep him in there so that he can take a stab at kind of making it. But once you get past 90 pitches, a lot of pitchers start losing velocity and locate accuracy. So it makes it that much harder for them to complete. You got to be very economical with your pitches to do that, pitch a whole game. Obviously, I didn't clean this brush, so it's kind of frozen in this weird shape, so I'm using it to my advantage now, or trying to. Get these kind of leafy kind of shapes. All right, so Crispy, have you guys figured out, is it are you guys going to send me the link in the Discord chat mod channel so I can look at that for the wolf thing? We can get that taken care of so people can go on with their evening. I realize it's 10:26 already. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. So let me see. Okay. I need access, boys. Whoever's running that Google sheet. Yeah, Ren, I am serious. I think people wanted to bid on the wolf one. This we're not bidding on this one. This will be after I'm done. Um, Bid on the wolf. I think some people wanted to bid on the wolf because they thought they could get it. It was within their price range. I think it like look, it's not going to go for thousands of dollars. Of course not. I mean, so the question is like how do you go for something like that? Wolf bid. Okay, thanks, Ren. I think you have to also give me access. I couldn't access it through my email account. Okay. I think specifically Superhero Swimmer was upset that I was just going to give it away to anyone in chat. He felt that would decrease his abilities to actually win that piece. So, um, but most of them, most of the pieces that I do like that will be freebies. Trying to help out Clayton. That's what it comes down to. Good luck, Clayton. All right, I'll go check it out. uh, okay. All right. There are no bids. Okay, that solves that. I'm so confused right now. Maybe you guys are trolling me. Okay, there we go. Got one. Alright, they're coming in now. Alright, I think some people also... Crap. Okay. So, so if you're... I think some people misunderstand. Okay, so the One Punch Man is going out today. I don't know what level we're at today. If a mod can message me in the mod channel. It will either be free or to a certain level of subscriber. I don't know. Every week it changes. So I don't know where we're at. horse abomination. Wow. Thanks, Crispy. Thanks for all the support. The horse abomination. That genetic mutation. Hey, look, it's a fancy signature. Think about that, actually. What would you pay for a Stanley signature? And then what would you pay for a Stanley drawing of a wolf abomination? I don't know. It's interesting. Anyway, all right. Oh, there's a lot of bids. Crap. Holy crap. Okay. So superhero swimmer art. I have some good news and bad news. Actually, no, it's just bad news. The good news is that you were in the top 5 of the bids, but someone beat you out. So the top one was 120. Okay, stop. It's done. Okay, finito. Okay, next week I'm just going to be drawing different wolves over 2 hours. We're just going to hammer out maybe 300 of these suckers. So, mutants molded my morals. Yes, I think yes. Sorry, DJ Mittens. Wow, that's your outer voice talking. I will take that 120 and I will do something positive with it. I'm not sure what. Let me think about it. Gonna flood that wolf market. How many wolves can I do? If I did 100 wolves, 100 times 100. I don't want to just spend my life drawing wolves. $120 worth of Taco Bell. That sounds good. Animal shelter. I could. Yeah, thank you, Esmada. I know what it adds up to. I was just being. I can. Yes, I could donate to the California Wolf Rescue. I like that, KB Bradshaw. I was going to say I could go enroll in an art class, like how to draw animals. Yes, Drowsy, you get what I'm saying. But I'm going to donate it to the California Wolf Rescue. That's a good idea. We'll do that. And before you slam me too much about it, have you ever seen like those celebrity auctions where they draw things and then I think this wolf one beats those down, and those go for thousands of dollars. So it's not really the absolute skill that you have, but you're the relative, right, compared to yourself. Meaning, if this wolf were the very best thing I could draw, people would bid appropriately. But because they know I can draw something more complex, they undervalue this, right? This is Wolf Abomination. I'm going to call it that. That's a new character. I'm going to TM it. I don't even know how to spell it. Abomination. There's a character of the Abomination, of course. But I'm going to TM Wolf Abomination. Sorry, Chris B, but too late. Oh boy. What have I got myself into? Thank you, Clayton. Appreciate your support, dude. I am almost done though. It's 10:36 and I realize it's late. So I'm going to try to finish this up. If you guys want to start the real silent bidding, whatever, for this piece here. try to get this done here. Now I'm just going to do like a little bit of negative space. So I'm drawing leaves with the black, and then I'm drawing around the white leaves. So I'm using the black as both the positive and negative space, depending on where I am in the piece. I kind of want to hide these guys a little bit, so I'm actually right. Okay. Okay. Okay, let that dry for a second. Superhero swimmer art. It's okay, I'll check eBay later. Here's the thing. Okay. There were a lot of bids for that wolf piece. And if you were to draw 100 wolf drawings, the value would start high and then they get lower and lower, right? As you start fulfilling everything. But at some point, they would be affordable for everyone, right? At some point, everyone would go like, "I've had enough wolves. I bought 10 of them. I bought one at 120, 100, 50, 10, $2, whatever." So theoretically, if you did 200 wolves, you should sate, yeah, you would fulfill that demand. The supply would outmatch the demand, and so everyone could get a wolf that they wanted. I don't know. All right, let me hasten the drawing here. It is 10:41. Mods, if you want to pick someone that we're going to go raid and put that into stream as well, and let's find out exactly if we are who we're giving the One Punch Man to. $10 level. So you have to be the $10 level. So what we're going to do is when the time comes, we are going to move the chat into emote mode only. I'm going to ask you guys to basically emote only underscore lowercase Jim Lee, capital MAC. Not now, just wait. And that will be how you enter. That's how basically the and so we'll pick a winner for the One Punch Man. See him going through and just sort of beefing up lines. Okay. All right, so we're going to give away the One Punch Man now. So, mods, if you could turn the channel to emote only. Hold on a second, though, guys. Don't emote just yet. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, add a little more detail, which I usually do before I mail these things out. I might do some splatter as well. I feel like something to kind of pep it up a little bit. But in the interest of time, I wanted to make sure. Excuse me. Okay, so here we go. We are going to go sub only. Let's see, active keyword is going to be. Okay. So I'll give you guys 2 minutes for Nightbot to basically load you guys all up in the system, and then we'll roll and figure out the winner. In the meantime, though, I want to thank all our mods: Ren Elephant, Kirihiko, Crispy Egg Roll. As you can see, definitely the best mods in the business. The only mods I know in the business, but still the best mods. And I love them because they take their responsibilities very seriously and make sure that someone's always covering. And so we started out with Ren, then Kirihiko entered, and then Crispy just kind of sauntered in, whatever. So I want to thank them for their help with the auctions and the info and Discord and everything, really. Tell me when I'm mute, when I'm off screen, etc., etc., etc. I thank you guys for tuning in after a semi-long hiatus of 2 weeks, I think. You know, I realize that this time is incompatible with a lot of people's schedules, especially on the East Coast. So I appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging in there. And even if you've already taken off, appreciate you guys that did come in. And I know there are a couple other regulars on the West Coast that did not tune in because obviously we're on a much later time than before. But I did have this wedding in Vegas that I had to go to, and okay, so we're going to go ahead and roll for that. 1 second. I say 1 second because once I kind of get into something, I was like, ooh, I don't want to stop with this. Like, have some fun with some of these textures. Okay. All right, for the winner is Janella. Janella, congratulations. Following since December 16th, finally a victory for Janella on One Punch Man. I'll probably put stars or white splatter here, just kind of clean up some of the black lines. But let me see if I can get this into frame better. Very long time viewer, big supporter of the channel. Congrats, Janella. Okay, I know you're in the Philippines, so I think postage, it's like $40. I'll figure that out. If we can cover that. All right, so this is the Princess Mononoke piece. I'm going to add more to it, but I'm going to probably stop the stream now. when I say add more to it, I'll probably just kind of clean up the lines a little bit. Hold on one second. Ow. Okay. And what I may do actually is just so that we have it all for posterity. I might. Nah, never mind. I'll just finish it up. Okay. So go ahead and put your bids in. I'm going to basically do a light erase on it to kind of, because I had the pencils were kind of a little too dark. I like having some pencils show up, but not that much. And then I got to white out a couple things. And then add a couple pencil lines. I wanted to also kind of add some color here. Color to the blue part of the dress here. I have to put some white out onto that sword. Or not sword, the dagger. Okay. And where is it? There we are. Hey, Pity. How you doing? Go back to sleep. It's all a dream. So I'll let those bids come in. And mods, if you can go ahead and give me a place where we're going to go raid. So next week we'll be back at the regular morning stream time. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I've had a good time. Tried to do a very kind of mellow stream today. And KB Bradshaw, I will post this up. Probably not tonight, but after I tweak it some more, it'll be in the Discord. Okay. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in and kind of fix the line weights. So here's an example of what I would do. I'll go in and make this line thicker here. But in terms of the drawing, certainly at this viewing distance on Twitch, it'll probably look pretty similar. Not too different. So small little details like that, what I just added that little bit of detail there. And like these teeth here, I probably would make the under one side of them a little thicker. Alright, and then I'm probably going to take some red and fill in. Let me see if I have. No, that's black. Where's a red marker? I think it was at the office. Oh, take it back. Here it is. Okay, so. This is a 0.005, or it's a 005, so that's why I have to kind of draw numerous times to kind of get exactly the ink density I'm looking for. I'm not going to do the ears in red or the spear or anything like that. Probably do them in gray. Kind of want the red just for that one area there. Okay, so let me just sign this. And give you guys the full scan here. Let's see if we can. All right, I will check out this document. Okay. Okay, if you guys want to put in what's going on. Yeah, if you guys put in your bids for the Princess Mononoke, this can't be right, but there were more bids for the wolf. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe I did something wrong. Okay. Yeah, mods, can you check something with the silent auction? I'm pretty sure this... Oh, wait. Am I doing it? This can't be correct. There's like 3 bids. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, all right. I don't know what happened. That document... This one has a lot more now. Okay. Got it. Can I show One Punch Man again? Yeah, so Profanity Beast. I'll put him in the Discord channel later. later. So this went out to one of the sub-10s, actually a longtime supporter, Janela, the Philippines. So I'm just going to add a little more detail, clean it up, probably erase some of the pencil lines here. On this one, I'm going to just tighten up some of the elements. So, for instance, like just little doodads like this. Okay. All right. Yeah, Ren Elephant saying it's not updating properly. It's not for me either. So I'm going to give it a minute. Or you can bid through Whisper as well. Okay. Okay, I think we have our... I'm just going to stop here because I don't think it's really updating anymore. So it looks like the high bid is $31.25 for the Princess Mononoke. So congrats. All right, so guys, if you stay with us here, we're going to go raid someone right now. And hold on, let me type this in. Does that work? No. Hold on. All right, we're gonna go raid. So thank you guys again. Thank you for the mods. Kiriko over an elephant, a crispy egg roll. Thank you guys. TP43 are subscribing. Curtis Ward for your cheers. Mutant molded my morals as well. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks. I thought it turned out great too. So see you guys later. I'll see you in this new stream.